Super Bowl graphics leaned back into that glossy NFL look this year. You had all the usual suspects like swooping 3D elements, glitches, and glassy planes. It felt like a strong departure from last year's flat, minimal approach. But there is still plenty of cool stuff happening that I want to show you. I'm Ryan Selvey, and I cover design and creator news. Most of the information design was centered around the score bug at the bottom of the screen. You could see who had the possession, and then a panel would drop down to show down and distance. They kept most of your attention right in the center of the score bug. When a flag was called, that's also where it was called out. Then something would pop up and explain the call and clearly highlight which team committed the penalty. They also made fun player-specific animations for touchdowns, but they must have only done it for receivers and tight ends because when a linebacker ended up scoring a touchdown, they just played a generic team one. They also replaced the entire score bug sometimes when they were showing lower thirds for player stats. And they didn't transition in, they normally just appeared on hard cuts, so they felt really still, and then they decided to make them blink. However, there were special lower third callouts they had recorded footage of them kind of looking up from below, and that made everything feel way more alive and way more seamless. Quarterbacks also got half-screen callouts with the player's full-body green screen next to their stats. And then the other players had on-field callouts during replays with these arrows, but they didn't look as nice, and they had some really unfortunate arrow placing. And then even at one point, they visualized airflow inside the stadium using animated 3D arrows composited directly over the live footage. Anyway, thanks for inviting me to your Super Bowl party. Sorry I was just here for the motion graphics.